Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to Wildlife in the Circuit, presented to you by TGT Esports, NotiKINGz, and Esports Hub. So we are finally into the playoffs league after such a long 7 or 5 weeks of competitive gameplay in the Wildlife in the Circuit. So finally in the playoffs, and today we have the teams playing for contenders meet. Our Universe 11 and me and the boys.
So yeah, Chief. So guys, quick introduction. Chief and me will be casting today, and with that, we are back to Contenders League playoffs, as Chief said right now. And yeah, talking about the standings over here, we have the standings on the stream right now. And if you look, Universe 11 has quite dominated this.
Okay, go.
Yeah, Chief. So as we
Yes.
were so as we were talking about the huge gap between Universe 11 and Aphelion Esports, you can just say that Universe 11 were always on to the point when it came to their macro and all, and they played around like a team. They knew when to gank, in spite of Akansha being a support main. They actually knew, like, Akansha was new to that Baron lane. It was an uncharted territory for her. But in spite, knowing that she's at the disadvantage over there, but the fact that she played it safe and knew when to engage in, when not to, she knew her strength and weakness at that point. That actually helped Universe 11 in somewhat of a way to dominate everything. They knew when to engage on the fight and when not to.
Yep, exactly like talking about Akansha, who's the support member playing Baron for Universe 11. They didn't let the Baron difference show because just because they have a really great jungler. Pain in the jungle is an absolute beast. Every single time he plays something, he creates a difference in the jungle because every match he's playing. He's also flexed the Trinity jungle. He's also played the Wukong jungle. He's also played something like a Fizz. So all of these champions are not usually picked. And I'm really excited to see what's going to be played by him in this game.
Well, as you said, Pain is has been completely means whatever you want to say, dominating or being a beast in the jungle. When it comes to the Contender Leagues. And the fact that he proved that when he picked the Tryndamere. And yeah, remember, Jiren even went blitzcrank in that game. So we kind of saw somewhat of a very unconventional picks over there. But in spite of having those picks, they won. They had fun in that game. It was pretty obvious they were having fun. So meanwhile, talking about these players, let's talk about like some of the players from the side of me and the boys. I feel like the fact that Oni-chan, let me tell you, me and the boys didn't have that very good start into the game. Like they had a rocky start into their first week and the second week, but somehow a resurgence came from their side. Onicha picking his Zinjao, then Horizon stepping up his game, playing so well in the bot lane, somehow managed to give them a chance to come back, and they did. They came back so hard. They managed to land on the third place when it came to Contenders League points table.
Yep, actually, such a brilliant comeback by them because when you have a rocky start, you lose your confidence. But this team has done the complete opposite. They have came up, rising up from the bottom half of the table to the top three in the Contenders League. And so, I mean, with that, I mean, they definitely are looking as a strong, match for Universe 11. But it's up to them. Okay, let's see what's going to be happening. Because as you said, right, they have been playing unconventional picks.
Let's give our audience a little bit of like what's the schedule gonna be for Contenders League. We'll be having today me and the boys versus Universe 11, and the higher seed of the team gets the side preferences. So today Universe 11 will be getting side preferences in first, third, and fifth match. That means they can choose the side which side they want. And that tomorrow we'll be having Dynasty versus Tor. Bichu Gang was supposed to play as they came at the fourth place, but the fact is that. Some of their players had some issues, and due to some unforeseen circumstances, Bichu Gang had to like back off, and Tor was next into the line as they were fifth. So they'll be playing against Dynasty over there. So yeah, I guess Tor had their lucky day, and now they are playing in Contenders tomorrow.
Tor definitely had a very lucky day because Bichu Gang was one of the top two teams playing in the Contenders League. But them not being able to play due to some personal and team issues, Tio has definitely got very lucky, and they're going to be playing against. They're going to be playing in the Contenders team for the playoffs.
Well, TOR will be playing against Dynasty. Dynasty again just being like they are at 11 points, so 3 points behind Universe 11, and they look pretty strong out there. They have played against dual ADC comp when it comes to that, and Dynasty Gaming has showed us like how well they are well with their execution. But apart from that, let's just talk about the bans. The bans have came, and the teams have banned around Zinjao, Galio, Gragas, Camille, Senna, and Renekton.
I mean, all of these bans, Senna and Renekton, I don't really know why these champions are bad. At least I can tell Renekton is a great ban, but what about Senna? Why is Senna? Because I don't think anyone even plays Senna, not even in ranked, not even competitive. So, what's the brainstorm between banning a Senna?
Let's talk about Senna's kit here. Like we know she has a root that is an AoE kind of like if one or two people gets caught in it, like you're pretty much dead there because yeah, you will be just standing there like a duck, and yeah, everyone from your team will be just looking to hit you like a dummy. Meanwhile, Renekton ban pretty much looks like a targeted ban towards Akansha over there because we have seen him a lot on that Renekton over there.
I mean, yeah, Renekton, yeah. I mean, I do know that Akansha is a really godly Renekton, but yeah. I mean, target banning something like a Renekton, I'm not really sure because when you have champions like, really OP champions, why ban something like a Renekton? Why ban something like a Senna?
Well, I feel like it's a great ban because the fact is that you are trying to deny us, like Akansha wasn't a support main, but yeah, you are trying to deny her champion pool. So yeah, that's a great composition coming from that's a great decision when it comes to that coming from their side, from the side of these guys. M2D.
And now that the bans are over, we're going to be jumping straight into the draft phase. So, what do you feel the draft is going to be on both sides, looking at the bans? Because this time it's going to be Universe 11 who's going to be having first
might be Forbidden Owl, the guy who plays mid, might be going Diana over there.
I mean, yeah, Diana's a really great pick in the mid lane, and he is going to be going with Diana. So you are absolutely right? He's just going straight in for the Diana. Not even one single thought given to other champions. Going straight for the Diana. So I mean, there are champions like open, right? Corki is open, Katrina is open, Akali is open, but he's not going to be he's going to be like the Drake meme, right? No to Katrina and her, and go for Akali. I mean, sorry, Diana.
Well, yeah, go for Dan. I feel like Akali just brings that chaos factor, and if she's open, one should look to go for her. But yeah, into an squishy champ, squishy comp, or double ADC comp, it's the best answer to that. You pick an Akali, you jump into the backline, delete everyone. But we are seeing some picks coming from the side, some amazing picks coming from the side of MTB. The Oni-chan going for Rengar, Horizon going on a Corki, Doge going on Nami, and we have their mid laner going on Yasuo.
Yeah, they have drafted beautifully well because when you have champions like Rengar, when you have champions like Corki, you have that burst potential because you know right, Rengar and Kha'Zix are one of the top junglers in the patch right now, and they being seeing the Rengar being picked first, so this guy must be really confident on his Rengar.
Well, we see Night Owl playing a mid today with Diana, and let's be talk about Forbidden now. Like he has been playing insanely. Like the fact that I feel like Universe 11 really has a very strong bot lane when it comes to their team, and Jiren was majorly dominating the Contenders League starting weeks with his Rakan. Everyone just feared Rakan, and after that we saw a constant ban on his Rakan when it came to Universe 11. But the fact that we see Pain with one of his main picks, I remember like when Jarvin wasn't played that much. Payne used to play Jarvin against many teams in scrims. Like even LevelUp has played against the LevelUp. The whole team has played, and he dominates with Jarvin when it comes to that. We see a Jarvin with a Conqueror up there. So yeah, he's looking to dive in. He's looking to commit in all hard.
But more than the Jarvan, I'm really excited to see Akansha playing Irelia because Irelia is a champion which requires a lot of skill. And trying out champions in the playoffs is going to be a good idea for her.
Yeah,
That's exactly
trying
what I'm
champions
looking
in
to see.
semi-finales of a tourney. Yeah, it's hard because we haven't seen Akansha play any of the Irelia. Like I haven't seen her play Irelia, so it's the first time for her. Like it might not be first time for her, but for us. But what are we seeing? We see Rengar jumping on Night Owl in the mid, and yeah, Night Owl took some damage there. He might have a tough time in the laning phase, but. As you said, I'm pretty surprised that Akansha going Irelia over there. Like, really want to see how that works for her in this game.
I mean, yeah, this is definitely a great matchup for Irelia because she's playing against a Malphite, and Malphite, she is a very team fight based comp, and he can't really win lane versus Irelia because, I mean, of course, you just need to go in ulti and create a difference in a team fight. So it's definitely going to be Irelia who's going to be winning out in the lane.
If you look at me and the boys, they are actually going for a Yasuo Malphite, a wombo combo that used to be pretty much dominant when it came to season 0 and all. We saw like sometimes AX went that combo when they had Ash official. So we even saw TGT like we go look to play somewhat around Malphite Bishi. And today we are seeing the same player looking to play on Malphite. So they are with this you can say that MTB will be looking to commit in every team fight. There is like they'll be looking to commit it for the Drakes, and Malphite will be the major engage onto their side.
I mean, yeah, they do have the Malphite Yasuo, right? They have a really OP combo. If they can execute it well, they can definitely win every single team fight. But not just that. I mean, on the Universe 11, they have something like Jarvan Diana. So it's gonna be up to the combos, right? Because Jarvan Diana is as powerful as Malphite Yasuo.
And we see, well, talking about that, we see that there was an invade coming from the side of Universe 11. They went and stole Rengar's blue. Meanwhile, Rengar is just clueless that his blue has just gotten stolen. He is into the jungle of Universe 11 now, looking to take his grounds. But will he be able to trade this blue?
I mean, yeah, he's definitely like he did go in for the invade, but he's not going to be confident enough to go in for the trade just so that he can take the blue. So this is going to be putting him at quite a disadvantage because Rengar without the blue, at least in the early game, is kind of weak.
Yeah, the fact that Jarvin is level 5 and Rengar is just level 4. So yeah, Jarvin having very good day with that. Like he reached level 5, he's ready to gang. We see rotations coming from the jungle. They might be looking to dive in, but yeah, it was an early dive. Corki has his Gatling gun, uses that, and well, meanwhile at top lane, we see Malphite getting a solo kill on that Irelia. As you said, it's not a great choice to use a new champion out there in playoffs out there.
I mean, yeah, I mean, why did this even happen? I really thought that Irelia could have won the lane against Malphite, but now that she has lost the first blood to the Malphite, she's going to also be missing out on so much gold. Look at the minions being deposited over that. Irelia already is behind almost 1.3k. Sorry, almost 600 gold.
So the overall gold has been shifted into the favor of like me and the boys with that first blood. They have around you can say 400 gold. We see Jarvin trying to go in again, engages on Renekton. Will he be able to get a kill over here?
I mean, I really hope he gets a kill over that because the follow-up was there, but the damage just wasn't there because all of these items, right? Because if Kaisa doesn't have the item, she doesn't really have any damage. Even Lulu kind of is weak in the early game unless she's going to be, ulting someone up, and she's not yet level 5. So it was a great engage option by Jarvan, but the follow-up damage just wasn't there.
Yeah, means Kaisa was pretty weak at this point. We have 27 seconds. We have a cloud drake spawning in. Will we be seeing us like objective trade or like Universe 11 going for like Rift Herald because Jarvan ult was used, and yeah, it will be back by the time they see the Drake spawns, but they have to actually look to stall a little bit until and if Universe, me and the boys are smart enough, they might actually engage in knowing that Jarvan does not have results, and yeah, they might just go for a full-on dive on Universe 11 there.
I mean, yeah, they definitely are looking to go in for a proper dive into Universe 11 because if you look at the top lane, I realize already low against the Malphite and Jarangal is also there, Link going through the rotations. But Universe 7 is going to be quick to respond and every single one of them are going to be rotating over the rift. So this is something which doesn't usually happen, right? Because every single team wants to always fight a dragon, but this fight is going to be happening at Rift Herald. All 5 members over here. So let's see what's going to be happening in this fight. We are going to be seeing Nami ultimate use prematurely, doesn't land on anyone. So I would say this was kind of a mistake from the side of Nami. Using the ulti really quick. Jarvan is going to be trying to engage. Malphite ulti misses literally every single one, just catches the Diana. And this is going to be a proper full-on fight. Corki is going to be doing so much damage. Jarvan is already having the wild root. She is going to go straight to the Corki, but Corki is going to be surviving 0% HP. Can they go for a follow-up kill? Yes, there is going to be the follow-up kill from Irela, getting a double kill. But still she misses out on the kill on Corki. Still she misses out on the kill on Rengar. This would have been a really great fight for Universe 11 if they had got all of these kills and not, all of these carries, right, at 0% HP. But what can I tell? Nami just messed up.
Let's just talk about that fight. We saw Nami being utter waste in that team fight. Malphite are becoming that earth shattering at the point, actually being not a very efficient use of Malphite.
Malphite just ulted one person when you have every single person on the side of Rift. Why just ult one person?
We see Jarvan again. Look, Rengar was taking his blue, and Jarvan just jumped with it, did his combo, and stole Rengar's blue out there.
I mean, this is definitely looking like a team difference kind of happening with her because we are going to be seeing another engage happening where Nami bubble is going to be landing on the Kaisa and Kaisa is going to be immediately falling. We might be seeing the Irela dying as well, but that might be a follow-up engage from him. No, that's not going to be enough because Nami hits an amazing bubble again, gets the damage onto her, man. We are going to be seeing Nami ultimate finally getting used up. And I mean, really well spot, getting the kill on Lulu, just stopping her escape. And with that, me and the boy just changed the fight because
they redeemed themselves. Like
Jarvan kind of went and moved it too early. And yeah, as you said, right, they redeemed themselves from the fight.
It means at this point, I feel like me and the boys are completely dominating the map. See, they got the Cloud Drake. They eventually managed to get a mid tower, and now they can actually deny the rift or waste their time around it because they got the first tower. So yeah, guys, let's look to deny the Universe 11 the rift out there. So yeah, they won't have any chance to take towers with that.
And they're denying the rift, they're farming up every single thing on the side of Universe 11. So this definitely looks like kind of advantage going towards me and the boys. And so this advantage is shown in the goal lead, right? Because look at the goal lead. There's already almost 4k goal difference in the favor of me and the boys.
Yeah, I mean, talking about the individual players, like we see the major kills onto the side of went to Malphite. Like he has 2 kills, and Yasuo with a 3-1-2. He has completed his Solari charge blade and he'll be looking to complete his box. But we see a fight happening at the top.
Okay, we are seeing a fight happening in the top lane. Malphite completely misses his ulti once again. What is this Malphite even thinking? He's just randomly tapping on the ultimate and he didn't like win this ultimate. I mean,
just tap.
Due to that, he's just going to be losing the fight at the top lane. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we are going to be seeing Corki and Nami playing a little bit too aggressive, trying to get the bottom tower. I think they are going to be able to get it because the tower is at just 51% HP and it's going to be just at 18 HP. Yeah, Corki could have tried to take that. Meanwhile, at the top lane, Jarvan, Nami, Diana were focusing on the rift and they were able to get it pretty easily.
But the fact that I feel like Universe 11 have somewhat of pride, like they are actually trying to come back into this game because see they lost 2 towers, but yeah they got a rift and they got tier 3 tower of the top lane. So with that they got they have somehow pulled the goal, like they have lessened the gap when it comes to gold. Like it was around like me and the boys had 4K gold lead, but now it has been shifted around 3K. And the fact that Irelia has got some kills, like she got some kills on that rift fight up there. So yeah, she's getting the room to scale. And Irelia into a late game can actually create a chaos under the battlefield. And if she prioritizes her champions very well and uses her ult, that can be so valuable for a team fight out there.
Yep, she can slow every single one of them. She slows everyone, and Jarvan has the right opportunity to just go in. We might be seeing a proper quadra kill, a proper triple kill coming in on the side of Universe 11. But for that to happen, this game needs to go for I know for quite long, because if you look at the difference right now, the gold this is still 3K. I mean, items also. Most of the items are built by me and the boys, but Universe 11 still struggling to get the items.
Let's be honest, like both the teams have pretty nice scaling. Like look at the champions from the side of me and the boys. They're all the champions from their side will eventually look to scale in and pretty stronger. Meanwhile, Jarvin is the early carry for Universe 11. Yeah, him being the early game champ. But the fact that into the late game he'll just become a tank that will be looking to frontline everything for the team. So I feel like me and the Universe 11 somewhat of looking with Jarvin engaged and Jarvin being the major engage. So both the teams having a very balanced combo, and with Lulu present, they're just buffing that Jarvin or someone who engages. They will be looking to initiate all the team fights with that.
Okay, we are going to be seeing a team fight happen on the top lane. Irelia they're going for an engage over there, but unfortunately she's going to be a little bit too hasty. Dies from the Malphite. That was kind of a wrong decision by the side of Universe 11, right? Going in for the engage just for the Irelia, and they're going to be paying for it, because Rengar is going to be going for a rampage, going in straight for the Lulu. She might possibly go in for the kills, but he's going to be deciding to back out, because Dragon is going to be coming up in another 5 seconds. So that is going to be the priority for me and the boys.
And it's an ocean dragon that will be giving you physical vamp out there, that ceiling, and it's actually it will be looking good onto the side of me and the boys, because they have a Rengar and all. So yeah, they require that.
I mean, yeah, they require the jungle, but if you look at the build of Nami, she has built a Rod of Ages. Why does a Nami need a Rod of Ages?
No, there has been like, yeah, it gives you like Rod of Ages also is this item that scales into the late game. So I feel like, yeah, going Rod of Ages is somewhat of a good choice out there, depending upon like it gives you a lot of healing, and it even the item itself scales into the late game. It stacks up mana and health. So that's the best thing about Rod of Ages. So I guess Nami going Rod of Ages is no surprise, because we have been seeing many Rod of Ages coming on Nami in this meta.
I mean, yeah, I would actually definitely agree with Lulu going for a Rod of Ages. Even Jana possibly going for a Rod of Ages, but Nami?
Yeah, but each stacks provide 20 health and 10 mana. So like you get 6 ability power. So into the late game you have somewhat of a poke from your side. You have somewhat of a healing, and you even get some like at the end of the day you get mana also. So yeah, it's all in all a very overall good item when it comes to enchanter supports and all that.
Yep, and also talking about late game scaling, we are going to be seeing, me and the boys being extremely OP in the late game, just because they have both dragons. They have the Ocean Dragon, they have the Wind Dragon, so they are going to be having insane movement speed. And also, they have the Yasuo. There's Yasuo, the Yasuo, if he gets in the late game, he can literally 1 versus 5. And to stop him from doing that, there needs to be proper synergy, a proper team fight coming by Universe 11.
Yeah, means the fact that Universe 11 at this point they are looking like they're playing at a very back foot. Like we haven't seen Universe 11 pushed so far until and unless means this is the first time we are seeing Universe 11 playing a tad bit passive over here. We have seen them like they are the team that eventually goes for engage. They are cocky when it comes to them. They are winning, but today does not.
Okay, we might be seeing a engage happen at the top lane. We are going to be seeing Rengar going straight for the Jarvan. The Lulu ultimate is going to be needed just to save Jarvan from imminent death. Nami ultimate is going to be landing on the. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Irelia getting a solo kill in the Malphite. Finally, Irelia turning the tide of the table, winning those 1 versus 1. This is what Universe 11 wanted, right? Wasting every single ultimate by me and the boys from the Jarvan. Meanwhile, Irelia getting all of these solo kills in the bottom lane. This might be the change which Universe 11 wanted.
Yeah, means we have an Inferno Drake spawning in, and if they manage to get the kills before that happens, and they manage to get some gold, but we see Jarvan engaging on Rengar, and Rengar will be deleted here.
And yes, Rengar is going to be deleted. Meanwhile, the Diana Moonfall is going to be landing on every single one of them. The Yasuo is going to be a little bit too aggressive. Jarvan again going in trying to get a kill on Corki, but it's going to be a little bit too aggressive. Ends up falling to the Corki and fading up the Corki in the process. Meanwhile, Irelia still pushing up the bottom lane. I mean, yeah, I would say there was no follow-up from the side of the Kai'Sa and the Diana, because, I mean, I wouldn't expect them to follow up in this case, right? Because every single one of them were low. They didn't have the abilities up. So I wouldn't blame them for not following up on Jarvan's engage.
Well, yeah, Jarvin was a little bit what you said, like he was greedy up there, and he paid for that. But I feel like if there was a follow up on Jarvin, they could have cleaned in because Diana has a sheep, so yeah, that can actually help her sustain a lot. And at this point, Kaisa has her evolutions up, so she has somewhat of her damage, so she could have looked to clean that up.
No, but it is what it is, and they don't go in and like, Jarvan dies for it. So it's all up to the Irelia now because if you look at the goal chart, Irelia's at almost 9.5k. That's the most goal in Universe 11.
Yeah, so, you can say that she has been looking to split push, and whenever she is farming. Like whenever she gets the opportunity, she's constantly farming on the minions, and the fact that she got double kill, then she got a solo kill on the map, right? That's the actual reason that the major goal seems to be on her.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she has been farming quite a lot, and this is good. I mean, that if that farm is not utilized for this next Rajin fight, which is going to be in the final break, that's not going to be mattering because this is going to be the fight. It's going to be,
Yeah,
uh,
which
I mean,
pretty
which is
much
going to be the enabler
decides
fight
the
because
side
if
of
you
the
win
game.
the exactly, if you win this fight, you definitely win the game, and we are going to be seeing Universe 11 crumble to this fight. We're going to be seeing a proper fight come out by behind the boys. They are going to be having a really great engage. Irelia is going to be trying for one of this fight. Can she get it? She was quite low. She ends up getting, getting so many of them low. Look at the Yasuo HP. Look at the Rengar HP. Look at the Corki HP. If Irelia had got all of those kills, it would have been so juicy. But that's not the case. It's going to be me and the boys who have completely won of that fight. And I think they might possibly look to get a Baron at this point.
I feel like they'll be looking to get one turret and then they'll be retreating back to get a Baron. But the fact that I really liked how Onichan played, he knew that Lulu was out there and he jumped on the Lulu like yeah, wasting Lulu's and Lulu had to ult on herself, and due to that we saw instant follow up by the Malphite, Yasuo, and everyone from the side of me and the boys, and they just look to clean that fight up because they like Universe 11 did not have any Lulu. Jarvin didn't get a chance to engage in, so you can say that Universe 11 being caught out there with their pants down.
Yeah, exactly. And now that Universe 7, all of them have spawned up, they might be trying to get the Baron as soon as possible because if you look at the map, they have already started the Baron. Meanwhile, Torky is still at the base. Malphite is still at the base. So this might be the fight where everything changes for them. Yeah, I'm missing Yasuo again going for an engage. The ultimate is going to be coming out by Malphite and Yasuo. He lands a 3-man ultimate. That is going to be huge for them. And with this, I think me and the boys going to be sealing the deal of the game.
Yeah, with this, so well, that with that ace, me and the boys will be taking first game into their pockets. Like the fact that yeah, I felt sad that I really didn't get that Penta out there, but the way me and the boys played, they were the ones who were engaging in Malphite having some bad engages, like bad when it came to the starting of the game. But in spite of that, we see him redeeming himself, and we saw Malphite Yasuo wombo combo working for them.
Yep, definitely the Wombo combo worked out extremely well, and this was the reason why they won up this game. And it's gonna be Universe 11 now losing out in the first game because every single viewer who are watching right now, are expecting Universe 11 to win. But this is gonna be upset for them because this is a series is on for a juicy start. The best of five is gonna be starting with a victory going towards me and the boys.
The fact that we saw it's a complete dominant victory onto the side of me on the boys. Like no one ever expected Universe 11 to lose like this, but yeah, the fact that yeah, today was the day for me and the boys, and the way they are playing, I feel like they are looking to stomp every game. 19-5. Oni-chan was my favorite player out there. Like the way he was jumping onto the squishy champion, and the fact that Horizon was so well with his packages. If you look the efficient use of packages onto his side, like when the last fight where they got the Infernal Drake, the fight before they started Infernal Drake, Oni-chan engaged on Lulu, rooted the Lulu, and then went on the Lulu, got a kill. We saw Horizon jumping in with his package, and they looked to clean that up. Yeah, Irelia wasn't present there, but the fact that they were the one who engaged in, and yeah, they were the one who dominated the fight. So at the end of the day, the execution on their part was very well done.
Up the execution is really well done. So, what are your thoughts like going into the second game? Do you think Universe 11 is going to be playing under pressure because this is the first time Universe 11 has lost in the Contenders thing, and the
Well,
loss being coming directly into the playoffs
yeah,
is going to be adding too much pressure on them because
well,
they have so much
and
expectations to live up to.
yeah, the Universe 11 does have so much expectation to live up to, but the fact that we cannot deny that Yasuo, the mid laner, played exceptionally 617, got the MVP. Pain getting the SVP, no surprises there. But as you said, Universe 11 has a lot of expectation to meet because after that dominating performance in those 5 weeks, now losing like this, it actually sets them back. Like, I don't know what's happening. Some communication gap or Irelia pick didn't work for them. Like, they haven't played with that Irelia pick in any of the matches. So I feel like they didn't know how to revolve around that comp. But the fact, and there was like some greediness coming out by Pain also. Like, they got some kills, but Pain just went in and jumped in at that Corki, and then he eventually died to that, and we didn't see any follow up from the Universe 11 on to that also. So I feel like there was some sort of like the lack of communication that might have made them lose this game.
I mean, yeah, the lack of communication was definitely there because the ultis weren't timed up really well. Irelia going in alone, Jarvan going in alone, Diana going in alone. But if they had synced up all of their ultimates, they could have had a chance in this game. So, I mean, it wasn't, Universe 11 not playing on the best.
Yeah, it means we can clearly see we have seen Universe 11 perform. They have played with different, like Universe. There was a time where Universe 11 actually dominated me and the boys in one of their tourneys. But the fact that, as I said, this is the match where me and the boys gets their revenge, and they are just returning the favor to Universe 11.
Yep. So now we'll be moving straight into game two. So do you think the bans are going to be the same? The picks are going to be the same? Because from as far as what I know, if you're going to be picking, if you have the balls to play Nami with a lot of phages, you definitely have practiced a lot. You definitely have synced up with your team.
I feel like, yeah, you can go Ardent since that's much more viable on Nami, but people tend to go Rod of Ages. So yeah, it depends upon player to player and basis to basis, like what you prefer. But the fact that, yeah, they went and it worked for them. So in the end, it does not matter now.
I mean, it doesn't matter now. It's going to be up to Universe 11 to have a comeback in this series because if me and the boys are going to be winning the second game as well, they are going to be at match point, and Universe 11 is going to be at insane amount of pressure. And also, guys, if you didn't know, this is the semi-finals of Violet in the circuit. So all of the matches which are going to be happening are best of five. Sorry.
And this is brought to you by TGT Esports, Esports Hub, and NotiKINGz in association with LevelUp Esports, LevelUp Gaming as their production partner. But talking about the way me and the boys played, what do you want to say? The execution, how did they dominate? Like, what do you think was the X factor today that made them dominate Universe 11 the way they did today?
I mean, I definitely have to say, Payne is really great on carry junglers because he wasn't playing on something which he can carry on. He was playing on something like Jarvan, right?
Very
Because if
team
you're playing
oriented.
Jarvan, when you're playing Jarvan, you need to depend on your team.
Like, you are pretty much dependent upon the follow-ups. So Chad, what do you think? Will Universe 11 be able to come back into the second game? Like, will Payne be the carry? Like, he was actually the carry for all of the games when it came to Universe 11. Not all, but most of the games. So the fact that Payne playing that front line, being the sacrificial lamb out there, like he was the Jarvan, so who will be jumping in, tanking everything, dying in, but he expected his team to clean everything up. Like, they were actually playing around Payne engaged, then Diana jumping in, but I think that didn't work out for Universe 11.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, that definitely didn't work out for Universe 11. But also talking about this game, the bans are already out with the first ban being the Galio being banned by me and the boys.
So yeah, we see like the Galio being the first ban. I'm not even surprised. Like, yeah, the ultimate from the Galio, the taunt, everything can change a team fight scenario. Meanwhile, we see again Horizon banning that Renekton. So again, pretty much a ban targeted toward Akansha over there. Jiren just banning that Yasuo. Well, if you get an MVP with an Yasuo in a competitive, you'll be actually getting a ban out there. So I'm not surprised
Yeah,
with that.
exactly. So, I mean, I'm really not surprised by Yasuo ban because every single time, even if you play a rank game, Yasuo is one of the bans. So, and especially as you
Well,
said, right,
that's
he really played exceptionally well in the previous game.
Well, that's the different story for rank because at the end of the day, if a Yasu is on your team, he's eventually gonna carry the opponent. So yeah, that's a different story when you ban a Yasu in ranked. But yeah, let's talk about the bans here. Like, what do you think? Corki being banned, like, yeah, we saw your resin playing on Corki and he was dominating on that. So I feel like, yeah, this ban is eventually targeted towards Horizon over there.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely a ban target to Duration, but I mean, yeah, he did play really great on Corki. He had insane amount of damage. I think Corki was the person who had the most amount of damage on main the boys. So I would say Corki ban, yeah, it's definitely a great ban coming out by Universe 11 because they don't want to be facing against Corki.
Means yeah, see the fact that into the late game, yeah, there's a lot of poke when it comes to that champion, the Gatling gun, the Q on his kit. Actually, you have a lot of poke when it comes to Korki, and he's pretty strong without an item. If he has his package, like if he does not have his package, yeah, you can actually have a fight. But when he does into a team fights, he can become a beast and get those quadra pentas even.
We can definitely get off all of those quadras and pentas, but talking about the next ban, it's gonna be the RE ban coming out by me and the boys. I'm not really sure what went behind banning RE, but they are just gonna be going for the RE ban. So
Yeah, well, I don't know. Like, yeah, we did see Night Owl playing Dan. Like, let's be honest, I have seen Night Owl play not many of the mid lane champs. Like, yeah, he has been constantly playing Diana, and yeah, I feel like he tends to go something that can provide your team a lot of CC, gives you opportunity. A champion that has lot in her kit that can be helpful for a team. So yeah, we have seen Night Owl playing that kind of a champs overall, and Ari being just banned, yeah, they are just trying to deny the charm or that catch off potential out there. I'm not sure how this works for them because this is the first time I'm seeing an Ari ban, but I just want to see like how this works for me and the boys here. But with that, we see a Malphite ban coming from the side of Universe 11. That Malphite and Yasuo, they really want to deny those two champions to be in the.
yeah, I mean they were the carry in the previous game, right? The Malphite and Yasuo combo coming out by them. So Universal wants to completely deny them the comp. So they're gonna
They're
be
trying
banning
to
out both the
completely
champions.
shut that down because yeah, they really don't want them any like they really do not want to give them any of their comfortable picks, and I really like that. Yeah, let's try to shut down their comfortable picks rather than meta. Like yeah, you can handle a Ziggs and all because the fact that I feel like yeah, Ziggs is a very good champion. If you take a very prolonged fight with him, like you extend the team fight scenario, he'll be looking to poke you. But if you have a all dive in champion, he cannot do anything. Like if you dive in, like someone diving into the backline, like an Akali or Rengar, Kha'Zix, something like that, you will eventually look to burst him down.
Yeah, I mean, we are going to be looking to burst them down, and we are going to be seeing chats giving two super chats. And the first chat is going to be coming out by Gio Tomyaka. So thank you so much for your super chat, Gio Tomyaka. And another super chat from Jethalal Gara. So thank you so much for the super chat. So make sure you keep supporting the stream and also subscribe to the channel because we have a lot more tuned up for all of you.
So with that, we are seeing again Doge going that Nami over there. So I feel like we'll be again seeing a lot of ages on Nami.
I mean, yeah. I mean, seeing the first pick come out, his Nami is quite very confident pick because when you have a lot of other champions, you have champions like Rengar, you have champions like Kha'Zix, you have champions like Six being open, but you yet decide to go for the Nami. I mean, why? Okay, I mean, I would say the Nami really played well in the last game, but
Yeah,
Nami
but
being picked in the first position when you have champions like Six, when you have champions like Rengar open.
well, we are seeing like Forbidden now opting to go and again a late game beast ADC. We see Jiren going on his one of his main, that is Braum. Naito looking to pick Ziggs over there, and Akansha will be looking to go great stop here.
Akansha looking to grow Gravestop, or maybe possibly it's going to be the pick for Pain, and they might
No, it's
possibly
going
try
to be
to change
Grey
the thing.
Stop as Akansha has chosen to take Ignite. Meanwhile, talking, we see Oni-chan on his main. It's Xinjiao, and let me be honest, this guy Oni-chan on his Xinjiao has carried MTB through many like hard games. Like he made sure that the games they are even losing it eventually turns into their favor. So giving this guy Xinjiao, I'll say Universe 11 has made a mistake. That's I feel like that. And again, the mid laner going on Akali over there. He's an exception, Akali. So I feel like both the teams have pretty decent comps, like Xinjiao being that early game champion. Again, Graves just will be looking to farm against that Gragas, but I feel like that Gragas and Graves lane will be pretty much evenly matched until and unless someone pulls out an insane micro and gets a kill. Talking about Universe 11, they have a Braum. Ezreal, I feel like a Kaisa could have actually complemented that Braum's passive, but yeah. But the fact that they have a Ezreal and a Ziggs, so they are going to go for a very poke heavy comp with that.
Yeah, they have a really poke heavy comp, right? So they have the Astral, they have the six, and also not just the poke heavy comp, they have the Fist. Fist has that one shot potential, and if Fist gets ahead, he can literally one shot Nami, he can literally one shot Varus, he can one shot even the Akali.
So it's again a shark versus a mermaid here, Chief, as you like to
Yeah.
say.
It's a shark versus the mermaid, and it was the mermaid who came out on the top in the first game. So it has to be the shark who has to get that redemption, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing. They're going to be coming in with a 5-man invade on the side of Universe 11's, me and the boys' jungle. They're going to be going straight for the Sinzao's red buff, and Sinzao has no idea.
Well, let's be honest. I really like that Universe 11 knows they have a great, they have a Braum. Yeah, guys, let's go and invade in because Braum and Grace are pretty much strong when it comes to the early game. And the fact that Jinzhao's red has been taken, and we didn't see any counter invade coming from to the side of like MTB there. So yeah, Jinzhao will be having a rough time when it comes to these early games right now.
Yeah, Zinzao going to be having a really tough time because when you are going to be playing something like a Zinzao, you are a very early game focused jungle. Meanwhile, Fizz is a completely late game focused jungle. So if you're going to be falling off early, it's not going to be looking good in your favor because if you look at the comps as well, they have a 6, they have the Astral. All of these champions being really late game champions. And if you're going to be falling off early on, it's going to be looking a little bit salty for you.
Yeah, it kind of looks. Meanwhile, I think you're now like yeah, Graves actually is looking to push all those waves in. I mean, see, Akansha could have actually looked to squeeze the waves like yeah, because you have a range advantage over that Gragas. But you know, Gragas being that cheat code champion who survives any lane against any champion out there.
Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we did see Engage come out by the Fist, almost gets the kill on the Sinzao. That was enough damage, but they didn't go in for a proper commitment, and that's the reason why Sinzao didn't die. But this is definitely, Universe 11 is definitely showing that they are over here to win. And I think we did see the Varus getting a snipe. Yes, the Varus got on the snipe on the scuttle. Universe 11 had the scuttle because Varus had amazing snipe.
Well,
Getting the scuttle.
Varus playing it so well, like that snipe from his Q, that is his piercing arrow, managed to get him that scuttle. Meanwhile, we see Universe 11 looking to rotate top, and they will be looking to commit in for this scuttle also, and I guess they get it.
They're going to be getting a top kill definitely because they don't have the Varus to contest for it. And I mean, the Varus is definitely looking very aggressive in the bottom lane because look at him, he's already level 4 and also doing so much damage to Astral. He has almost pushed the Astral back into his tower.
You know, the Varus has that kind of kit like piercing arrows, then he has his hail of arrows, so those are very poke heavy abilities onto it, and Ezreal just having his Q, and that does not do that much of damage into an early game. So yeah, Varus and Nami are the duo that will be having the priority when it comes to the laning phase against Ezreal and a Braum.
Okay, so we might be seeing the top lane getting a kill over there. The first is going to be rotating over, getting a kill, and it's going to be the Grace who's going to be ending up getting the kill. So this is what I'm telling, right? If Grace is going to be getting ahead instead of the Gragas, Graves has the potential to possibly have a 2-6-3 scenario fight and still end up winning. And they like owing to that fight, they're also going to be able to get one of the platings in top right. Meanwhile, there's nothing happening in the bottom side. They should be looking to make cross map plays, but nothing's really happening.
Yeah, so the fact that Graves got a kill, they got a plating of that tier 3 tower at the top lane. So yeah, this gives Universe 11 a lot of gold when it comes to the early game. They are up by 500 gold. They got a first blood, they got few towers. I think they should have actually gotten like they should have been ahead by like 1k. But the fact that MTB managing their waves so well somehow has managed to keep that gold difference like to the least gap like they could have. So they are actually managing it somehow.
Yep, they're definitely managing somehow because the goal difference is right. It's dead even. There's not much goal difference between Universe 11 and MT Boys because even though the first skill went in favor of Universe 11, the goal difference is still quite even. So that is, I mean, Universe, me and the boys are definitely farming up really hard, not making the goal difference quite big.
So we have a Cloud Drake. We see both the teams trying to jump in. What do you think? We have a Ziggs, we have a Ezreal. Meanwhile, we have a Varus and somewhat of a Gragas team. So yeah, both the teams have somewhat of a overpoke. We see is this ult being used on Gragas and being an utter waste. Ezreal first goes in. We see Jinzhao jumping in. We have a fight happening here. We see the first kill goes to the Gragas. He gets a kill on the Braum. What is happening out here?
I mean, we might be seeing the kills going again because if Azul is going to be going in, he might be possibly looking to get all of these kills. We are going to be seeing Graves going again, and it's going to be Graves who's going to be able to get a kill on Gragas as well. So a proper 1-for-1 trade coming out by Universe 11. But is it going to be enough for them to secure the win, Dragon? And that's going to be the point because Fizz is not going to be having his ultimate. Azul is not going to be having his ultimate, and Six doesn't really have a lot of damage this time. So Zinza might be looking in, trying to go in for the steal, and it's not going to be happening because it's going to be Fizz landing a proper smite on here. Zinza is going to be going a little bit too deep and falling. We might be seeing the kills going on Akali as well. Astral is doing amazing, getting all of these kills. We're going to be seeing Fizz play again aggressive, going for the third kill, and it's going to be Varus who's going to be falling this time. So Universe 11 definitely over here to prove that they're here to have a comeback.
What was that fight? In spite of Brom dying, I really liked how Universe 11 kited themselves, and the fact that Ezreal sir did most of the poke, and and Ziggs was just that champion who was looking to poke them. And did you see they were poked so hard that they had to look to retreat back, but Graves being Graves, using his third ability out there to stack those whips. Armors up for him, and then he looked to get a kill on that Gragas, so that somehow eventually turned the fight into their favor.
I mean, yeah, now that they're going to be seeing a fight happening with Herald, Brom is very healthy, the Fizz is very healthy, the Six is very healthy. So this is going to mean that they can engage, they do have the option to go in again. So we might be seeing a fight happening over here. We are going to be seeing fight happening. We're going to be seeing Graves have a really great smoke screen, blinds almost 3 of them. We might be seeing the follow-up coming out with Brom. Brom is going to be landing with the Fissure. They are going to be seeing the engage come out, but Varus is going to be over here on time, doing so much damage, and they are going to be completely wiping out every single one on the side of Universe 11. Akali was not targeted at all, and this was the mistake what Universe 11 did. Not targeting the Akali.
Well, not targeting the Akali, we saw Ziggs poking from the behind, but the fact that Universe 11, in spite of giving those kills, somehow managed to get the Rifter. So they denied MTB of that objective, but giving them kills, I feel like, yeah, that wasn't the best option out there. Yeah, you could have looked to retreat back, but at the end of the day, the the kill score is even 5-5, and Universe 11 and MTB has equal gold at this point, so both the teams are pretty even. At it's 6 minutes into the game, the items are pretty much like everyone is up by 1 or 1.5 items, so this game is looking pretty close.
I mean, yeah, the game's definitely looking pretty close because, I mean, even though the team goal is even, Akali has the most goal accumulated or not, and it's going to be the Akali is going to be trying to get all of these kills. Meanwhile, they're going to be seeing Brom going for Tower Dave on the top lane. They are going to be pretty successful at getting out the kill on Gragas. Gragas is going to be surviving, and I mean, we are going to be seeing Ziggs use up his ulti, but he's going to be completely missing out on his boom bomb, and he is going to be missing out. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we are going to be seeing Zinza go in for the kill on Arcel. They are going to be able to get a pretty free kill over that because, I mean, when 3 people are down on top of Arcel, you can't even
I really like how Universe 11 be like, okay guys, this is right, no need, we have a Rift, let's leave that and let's try to get a mid-tier tower, and they do get that. We see another kill happening on the Gragas. Gragas was dived at the top lane, but he somehow managed to survive that. But Universe 11 just being there, they weren't happy that Gragas survived there, and they got a kill at the end of the day.
Definitely got the kill on Gragas over here because the Rift Server was there, Fist was there, Grace was there, every single one was there to get, deny the Gragas from saving the mid turret, and they were kind of successful, right? They got the kill in the top lane, we got the turret in the mid lane. Meanwhile, Asriel, I mean, he did die, but that's not worth it. A pretty nice trade by Universe 7, I would say.
Fact that look, yeah, Universe 11 did push the top tower. They got 1 tower at the top lane, tier 3 tower. So me and the boys came with a counter play on the other side of the map. They got tier 3 tower of the bot and they got an Ezreal kill. But Universe 11 made an efficient use of Rift Herald. And yeah, we talked about Universe 11 giving kills for Rift, but eventually that Rift helped them to get 2 towers and a kill on Gragas. So they have the gold advantage now due to that. Yeah, Ezreal died, but they got 2 towers into the mid lane. So it gives them a roaming potential into the jungle of me and the boys, and they got a tier 3 tower at the top lane, so that gives them a lot of gold into their pocket. So I really like the macro play coming from the side of Universe 11.
I mean, yeah, the macro play is definitely going to be making a big difference because the next fight is going to be happening at Mountain Dragon, and every single person is again at the river trying to contest for the Mountain Dragon. But it's going to be Universe 11 who's going to be having an advantage in this fight because they have the 6, they have the Still. The poke is kind of going to be hurting a lot unless and until we are going to be seeing Gragas have a really good engage with the Varus lining the corruption. I mean, that's the only chance me and the boys have, right?
Yeah, Varus needs to go for his chain of corruption. big corruption, like 4 or 3 man corruption. We see Ziggs are being used. We see as
The
Fizz
six
is
ultimate
like
was
being
being
used.
used. We saw the first ultimate being used again. It was almost able to get a kill on Zinzao, but nobody is going to be able to get any kills. We have to see a re-engage coming out. We are going to be seeing first trying to go in for re-engage. And every single team, they know the limits, right? Going in, going out, not really going in for really hard commitment. But this time it's going to be Zinzao is going to be falling prey, and Zinzao is going to be the first one to fall. Gragas is going to be trying to save the Zinzao, but that's going to be completely in win. And with that, the whole fight, I mean, it's still in the favor of Universe 7, but it's
They have the man
the boys still
advantage
have a
over here.
chance.
They have the man advantage, and look, the fact that me and the boys are poked so hard that they cannot look to fight in this fight for this mountain rake. And let's be honest, if they get this mountain rake, they can have that somewhat of a sustain onto their side. They'll get some shield, and that will be eventually helpful in the team fight.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be helpful for the team fight because when you're going to be having tanky champions becoming even more tanky and even lesser sustainable champions becoming kind of tanky, it's going to be kind of very hard to kill them, right? Because Akali, for every single fight, she has been melting her skills, she has been melting six, but owing to the mountain rig, they do have a little bit of, head speed, but let's say
You can
that's going to be
you
massive.
can clearly see, as you say, Akali has been melting six, but the fact that Akali was the one who got poked like anything in that fight, and she had to look to retreat back, that somewhat of put me and the boys onto a back foot out there, so they weren't able to fight properly. Like they were like struggling against that fight. If you would have seen, like they weren't the ones engaging. It was Universe 11 who were being aggressive, and me and the boys were playing at the back foot. And they Universe 11 just knew that Akali isn't there, so just let's look to commit, and they got a kill on Shinzao. Then they look to get a kill on that Gragas. So I feel like Universe 11 actually managing and utilizing their resources very well. With that, we see a dive at the top lane. We see Zinjao and Gragas getting a kill on that Graves up there.
I mean, yeah, it was a 1v2 situation for Grace. Grace was, in a 1v1 fight versus Zinzao, but the Gragas coming in with the casket ends up securing the kill for me and the boys, and with that, Gragas is going to be losing control. And no, he can possibly trying to go in for the kill. Can he? Okay, he's just going to be backing off. Meanwhile, at the bottom side, we did see Fizz get the bottom tower, and all of them are going to be rotating over to, trying to save the top tower from the onslaught by Gragas.
As I was talking about, yeah, that fight Akali, the fight before the mountain raid, Akali got poked and then Akali did not had any chance. Like she was already 20-30% of her HP when she joined it back for the battle. And at that point, Universe 11 did have the man advantage. That eventually helped Universe 11 come on top of that, like help them win that fight, make the situation into their favor. Meanwhile, talking about the fight that happened right now, yeah, they got a kill on Graves. They somehow managed to get some chunk out of those mid-tier tower. Like they somehow managed to get some of the platings off, but still, mid-tier tower is standing for Universe 11, so that gives me and the boys very hard chance to rotate into their jungle.
Okay, so we are going to be seeing how Tawade coming at the bottom side. We did see the first completely messing with the ulti and not getting the kill on Gragas, but ultimately he's going to be going in for Tawade. It's going to be forced to use the stasis and surviving. An amazing play coming out by Fizz. A perfect use of stasis. It makes him survive the damage coming out by Varus, and he also gets getting the kill.
Did you see how Fizz dodged Varus piercing arrow there with
Yup, exactly.
I really like that. But we see mid tower for Universe 11 going down to Jinja. But let's be honest, Fizz has his item. This champion is right now online. Ezreal also has his items. Like he got Manamun. He'll be looking to complete a Triforce. Yeah, Ezreal is pretty behind in goals when compared to like. He's up by 1.5 items. Meanwhile, Varus is already up by 2 items. So I feel like, yeah, Varus has a lot of damage, and he has went for that whole lethality armor penetration. So right now, Varus is really gonna hurt.
Varus is definitely going to be hurting because Varus is the only champion which is going to be scaling really hard, right? When you're going to be playing with champions like we're going to be playing champions like the early game champions like Zinzao in the jungle. So it's going to be up to the ADC who has to carry the team in the late game. So Varus, if you're going to be fed and well protected, Varus can maybe go and have a proper maybe the 2 vs 5 fight and end up winning that.
I really like how teams are playing. They aren't giving that many kills. It's 15 minutes into the game. Like so far, the match we have casted, the kills around this time goes around 20-26. But the fact that both the teams are playing so safe, 8 and 9, like me and the boys with 8 kills, the Universe 11 with 9 kills. But Universe 11 has a better map pressure at this point. Look, they have 4 towers. Their minion waves are actually looking to push in. They have 2 Drakes, so they are pretty strong with that.
I mean, yeah, they definitely have so much goal advantage. They have almost 5k goal advantage, and they also have two dragon on up on them. So this is gonna be making them have a lot of pressure. I mean, we're gonna be seeing first again miss up his ulti. If he had landed the ulti, they would have got a kill on Akali, but FS ends up missing the ulti. We're gonna be seeing Senza playing very aggressive early again. He's gonna be trying 1 versus 3 over here. He's gonna be getting absolutely onslaught, but he's gonna be surviving with 0% actually. What just happened over there? This might be the fight with Universe 11 is going to be having a comeback onto. Akali is going to be still surviving. She might be possibly trying to go into the kill, but Graves is over here to save the day. Graves gets the kill on Akali. She might possibly get the kill on Nami as well, and she gets the kill on Nami, and with that, the triple kill is going to be completed. So we are going to be seeing Akansha being the MVP in this fight.
Well, Akansha coming with a clutch there, man. She had a teleport. You know, Graves has Nagori. She has a Solari Charge Blade and Bloodthirster. So, and into the late game, you know, Graves somewhat of becomes tanky due to some recent buffs. Like, he's pretty much viable into the late game. And Akansha just showing that how powerful Graves is into the late game and getting those triple kills. And I feel like Xinjiao somewhat of intent there, going 1v5. Onicha, what are you thinking, man? Like, means he got bursted down. He was 1 HP, and then he was pretty useless into the team fight. He wasn't able there to do anything. But we saw Akali somewhat of, she tried to make of that engage. Like, she tried to go in. She got a kill on that rift. But eventually, as you said, Akansha came with a last moment clutch over there, got triple kill. Eventually, this helped the Universe 11 to get that Baron. And we have a Ocean Drake spawned up here. And I think Universe 11 will get this uncontested.
Yeah, like they have the Baron buff now, so like nobody's gonna be there to even contest the Ocean Dragon. So it's gonna be just Swiss trying to solo the dragon down, and that's exactly what we can be doing. Meanwhile, we are going to be seeing me and the boys trying to make cross-play maps playing happen at the top side. We are going to be seeing Zinza going for the tower. Akali was there as well, but it's going to be a complete opposite happening. Grace was the person who can be getting the double kill. She might be getting the kill on Kali as well. So Grace proving that, Akansha proving that she's no less than any other battle laner in this league. She is going to be getting the kill. It's going to be okay. It's going to be the first coming in from the backside getting the kill. So they are utilizing the Baron buff really well. Every single lane has been pushed.
Playing that Graves SEH top lane, whatever you want to call that. She's actually she has the most goal on her team. She's 6-5-5. Yeah, she had a rough start into the game, but the fact that she's playing so well, but Caster's got popping. But oh, she somehow survived. Dude, she's surviving at 1 HP, man.
Yep, she is surviving it as 1 HP. I think, with this, the game is going to be ending pretty shortly because Universe 11 has the Baron buff, they have the kill advantage, they are going to be going straight for the core dive, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Graves, the Gragas with a desperate attempt to save the game, but that's not going to be happening, and Universe 11 is going to be taking home game 2 and evening out the series with 1-1.
That Universe 11 with a redemption for them. Like, this game was a redemption for them. Like, they somehow managed to come back. They got those kills. They got those drakes, the priority. And let's be honest, I'll be not surprised. Like, Pain got the MVP 607. Man, Fizz receiving those constant nerfs in this recent patch also. But eventually, Pain performing so well on that Fizz jungle. Commendable. Like, he played very nicely, like he played very efficiently on that. And the fact that Akansha came with those last moment clutch over there with that TP, I really liked how Akansha played in this game. Like, in spite of her having a very bad game with that Irelia in the previous game, she actually did perform very nicely when it came to the second game.
The second game was definitely, I would say, Akansha performed extremely well, and she was the reason why Universe 11 got the kill, so got the victory so early. Because if Akansha wasn't there, if the Baron difference wasn't there, because if you look at the early game as well, she was kind of dominating against the Graves, and also talking about the mid game, she was the person who actually won the fight for them because Pain's ultimate was used, Arsenal's ultimate was used, just completely missing all of his ultimates. It was Graves who was coming in, getting all of these kills, getting all of those kills secured for them.
Well, the fact that Akansha was the major, like, you see that the Pain getting the MVP, he was the silent carry, but for the naked eye out there, Akansha was the one shining. Talking about me and the boys, I felt like Onicha was like, we have seen Onicha play so very well on his Xinjiao. I don't know what happened today, like, but yeah, Horizon was stepping up his game. Like, he was the major carry for today. So the fact that it didn't work, but they had a very nice bot lane combo. You have a Varus Nami, so you have that poke heavy combo. So they dominated when it came to laning phase, but it's just that the Universe 11 had a good shield with that Braum. Like, Braum was there to sustain it all. Akali tried a level best out there to jump onto the backline and get a kill, but I felt like the jungle, your Oni-chan wasn't there to actually complement his team with all the works his team were doing there. So yeah, that's somewhat of costed our friends, me and the boys, this game.
I mean, yeah, it kind of costed me and the boys this game, so it's gonna be up to them to even out the series. I mean, get the advantage in the series again because they have been showing that they are quite capable of defeating Universe 11, and they showed
Yeah,
that in
they
game one.
actually stormed them. So yeah, they are quite means capable of defeating them. But the fact that this game like Oni-chan is being the in and him playing like this means I didn't expect a game like this from Oni-chan. Well, to be honest, but the fact that let's see the damage. So we see Zix. No, Pain doing the most damage, 18k. Meanwhile, Var is doing the most damage onto the side of me and the boys, 17k. No surprises there. No, it's not Pain. It's actually Akansha. Well, sorry, 20k damage.
Yeah, she did 20k damage and 20k damage, and that's going to be the highest from the side of Universe 11. So, so enough about the damage numbers. We're going to be going straight into game three. So, what are your thoughts, Chad? Who do you think is going to be coming out on top
Well,
of the
at
game
this
three?
point, the fact that the game one Oni-chan played exceptionally when it came to his Rengar. If you see his Rengar, he actually dominated that game. Game two, we saw somewhat of a questionable praise coming from Onicha. But the fact that in that game, yeah, Payne, as you said, Payne was pretty much playing a champion that actually, Jarvan, that actually revolved around the team. Like you have to be that sacrificial lamb. Like you will be jumping in, you will be giving everything you have, you will be dying for the team, but expect the team for a cleanup. That didn't happen. So Payne was like, let's go look for a hyper carry. He went Fizz. After two items, Fizz is just a broken piece of shark or whatever you want to call that guy. Then
Exactly.
and in the end, Shark won against the mermaid.
Yeah, so the shark definitely the sea creatures fight, and it's going to be the shark was going to be coming on top of the mermaid. So, yeah, you did say right. The first that one shot every single one, but at least in the early game, I would say the bottom line difference still was doing quite well. But we didn't see the six getting to the point where he was the one who could carry.
Means, Uh, you could say that, but at the end of the day, the fact that Fizz is the one who carried everyone.
Yeah, he is the one who got the MVP, so it has to be him getting. I mean,
Well,
who's going to be getting all
let's
of the
be
credit for
honest.
it.
Akansha did like she did everything she could have. Like being a grave, she was there for. She was actually playing a frontliner with being a grave. She went in, she committed in art, got the skills. And Fizz being a champion who looks to ult in and then he looks to close in. Like you cannot actually commit in with that champ. You'll be constantly looking to jump in, jump out because he's pretty much. Based on it, like that champion is pretty much dependent upon his combos and his skills, like his abilities out there. You need to have your trickster playful up. You need to have your Q up so that you can go in, go out of the fights, try to pull out those combos so that you can actually deal damage. It's not like you can just jump in and hope to you that you'll auto attack will bring down someone. You get now.
So now that the bans have started for game three, so what are your thoughts of like? I mean, I do feel like the bans are going to be same, and they're exactly going to be the same as game one and
I
game two.
haven't been invited
They
into the
ain't banning
party.
out Corki.
I haven't been invited to the party, so yeah.
Yeah, let me just invite you real quick. So I'm talking about the bans. The first ban coming out by Universe 11, it's going to be the Corki ban. So Corki, oh man, I'm not really sure.
See. I'm not surprised with the Corki ban. They know Horizon is mostly comfortable on his Corki. We saw Horizon playing. Let's be honest. This guy Horizon give him any ABC. He eventually deals the damage. He eventually does whatever he can for the team. But the fact that we saw an exceptional play, a very exceptional play when it came to his Corki, and very well micro oriented play when it came to his Corki. So I'm not surprised that they're banning a Corki against Horizon out there.
Yeah, and so Corki ban is definitely going to be a targeted ban towards Horizon, and the next ban coming out by Universe 11, it's sorry, the me and the boys, it's going to be the Galio ban. So all of the teams are pretty reluctant at the fact that they don't want to be playing against the Galio.
Yeah, means you really don't want like you really don't want a Galio on your team, like opponent. Yeah, you are fighting a 4v5. Like opponent is the opponents have four champions up there. You are five champions. You think that you are gonna win that fight, and suddenly Gallios comes with that. He does entrance, gets a knock up, gets a taunt, and what happened? You'll be like, what happened? We were winning a moment ago, and now we are losing the game, losing the fight. So yeah, you really don't want that changing factor, like the team fight changing factor over there. Like the Galio can change whole team fight scenario if he manages to get an efficient ult and those taunts. Like he really needs to get those 3 or 5 man taunts. If he does, then he's good. And if you aren't able to play with Galio, means like that way, like you're not able to manage time your ults and all, it's pretty much useless then.
You're absolutely right, right? If you're not able to man up, time up your ult really well, and if you're going to be wasting your ultimates for saving one person, that's not going to be worth it, right? Because when you're playing something like a Galio, you need to have 3, 4 man taunts, and unless you're not able to do that, Galio kind of gets caught in the lane against every single champion.
So we have Malphite, Fizz also as a ban. So let's see the fact that Universe 11 banning that Malphite, no surprises again. That they are completely looking to deny not a support of that Malphite, not a support plays Baron lane for MTB, me and the boys. And the fact that he played it so well in the first game, that yeah, you should be afraid of that. Like yeah, he had some rocky start. That the game, the earths were earth shattering at a point. Yeah, you got he wasn't able to utilize that ult to its full extent, but after a point, Yasu and Malphite were the like hyper carries for the me and the boys into the first game. So I'm not surprised with a Malphite ban there from Universe 11, but a Fizz ban coming from the side of me MTB again. Yeah, you should
No,
look.
definitely don't want to be playing against the Fizz because Fizz was the one who absolutely ended up carrying previous games. So they really don't want to be playing. So all I know, when looking at the draft, I mean, I'm really feeling that both of these teams haven't really come, did their homework and come. They're banning on what they don't want to face against because they got cut by them in the previous game. So yeah, this is quite kind of a nice strategy, right? Because when you are into the playoffs, you don't look at history. You look at the current what they're playing.
But when it comes to doing homework, I really like TGT. Like they really know what to ban against teams. Like we have seen TGT perform it, and the fact that they are pretty much knowing, they pretty much have an idea like what each players play, and they ban that, and that eventually works for them. So let's be honest, doing a homework does give you an upper hand at the end of the day.
I mean, yeah, that is going to be giving them upper hand at the end of the day, and they are going to be like, what do you feel the draft is going to be thing? Do you think that's going to be anything new because you know, right?
Feel
Diana
like
is still open.
I feel like we might see pain on his Wukong or on Kha'Zix even if he is looking to go hyper carry, depending upon the comp. But we see Night Owl again looking to pick that Zix over there. But the fact that Akansha's Graves has tormented like MTB, so they have just looked to ban that champion. So I'm not surprised with that. But we see not a support looking to go Renekton at the top. At this point, you can actually expect Akansha going a Pantheon here.
Oh yeah, I mean him going for Pantheon. Yeah, I definitely want to be seeing her being playing with something like a Pantheon because Pantheon is that one kind of champion. If you get early ahead, you definitely can't be stopped. And her going Pantheon, I'm really expecting to see the Pantheon come out because she did try champions like Irelia in the first game. So I don't know.
Well, yeah, but the fact that we see Forbidden all picking Lucian, we see Jiren going on Jana over there. So yeah, Lucian being that early game ADC. So yeah, I feel like Universe 11 with this are looking to go a tad bit squishy at this point. And we see Oni-chan just looking to go Rengar into the second game. Yeah, Shinzao didn't work for you. But let's be honest, Rengar in this game pretty much looks dominating. You see the fact that Rengar is against a Ziggs, against a Janna, against a Lucian. He'll be just jumping into the backline and he'll be bursting them down. But Pain choosing to go Kha'Zix, it's a battle of Kha'Zix and Rengar out here.
I mean, yeah, Kazakhstan and Rengar, so they are both known to be apex predators, at least in the lower wise, and they are going to be the only assassins available in the game to be played. So it's going to be the battle of the predators. The Kazakhs being played by Pain and Rengar being played by Onichan. So we did see Rengar playing extremely well in the early game, and he was the main reason why me and the boys won the game one. So
Well,
it is definitely going to
I'll
be
be not
hopefully
surprised
really
if
massive ones.
I'll be not surprised if Universe 11 did start the Dragon on spawn because Kha'Zix being so that he has a so fast jungle player, like he deletes jungle monster, if you have to say, if you have to put it into the word, like you give Kha'Zix as a Drake sponsor, he'll be onto that Baron pit. By the time you recall back, you'll hear the notification Dragon has been slain. So yeah, you have to be careful. Like play against a Kha'Zix, the whole recall and whole macro actually shifts around. Like you have to play around Kha'Zix, knowing that if Kha'Zix is looking to start the Drake, all the teams should commit in, because that will eventually help you to get the break in like 5 seconds, maximum 5 to 6 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, when you ask them playing Rengar, you can definitely burst on the dragon, and I mean that is going to be taking Kha'Zix out to surprise. But if Kha'Zix is going to be, I mean, very proactive and trying to go in for the sudden kills.
Yeah, I mean, you are actually right. Kazakhs might go for a sudden kills over there. But the fact that we see again Akansha playing an Olaf, I'm pretty much surprised. We saw Akansha mostly on Renekton and Pantheon, but seeing her now playing three different champions that we didn't see her play in any of the weeks match there, it's completely surprising for me.
Yeah, it's going to be very surprising because I mean, her playing Olaf versus Renekton. I mean, it's kind of a new market for me as well because I have never been seeing
Well,
Olaf
both
versus
of them
Renekton being played
being
in the
both
Baron
of
lane.
them both of them being early game champs. The fact that Olaf has a 2 damage, so I feel like yeah, he might be winning this lane until the point. But let's be honest, like Renekton provides much more to a team. Like he's a champion who shines mostly into the mid. Yeah, he's early game, but when he gets his item and when it comes to second race, that's the time. And if he has all of his items, he'll shine at that moment. He'll have his ulti. He'll be looking to tank everything, and in spite of that, he'll be also dealing a lot of damage. So it's somewhat of a very good champion when it comes to a team fight time.
I mean, yeah, he definitely is going to be a very team side oriented comp because if he gets very tanky, I mean, nobody's that on the side of Universe to burst him down, right? They have champions like Kha'Zix who has a delayed burst. They have champions like Six who has a lot of poke. So it's going to be quite hard for them to kill a Renekton.
And the fact that you have a lot of push onto the side of Universe 11, and Renekton has an ability, if you know, that gets him to 2 dashes. That is none other than your like slice and dice. So he can actually look to jump with that onto the back line, and will be looking to delete all the squishy champions out there.
I mean, yeah, Renekton does have the chance to go in for the rank line one. Enough of the Renekton, we are going to be seeing the fight happen at the settle that we are in the bottom we have. We're going to be seeing Rengar going in for all of those camps. They are almost able to get off the kills. Rengar is going to be possibly dying to the ignite, but it's going to be Braum saving the day for Rengar surviving with 0% HP.
A 1 for 2. Well, score 2 kills goes into the favor of me and the boys, and 1 kill goes into the favor of like Universe 11. But Universe 11 somehow manages to get that scuttle over there. So I feel like yeah, they got the vision. But the fact that 2 kills going on to the favor of me and the boys, it eventually helps them get those goals. But we see Lucian getting a solo kill in the bot lane on Ash, and the kill score has been even. And Universe 11 actually managing to get 2 minutes, 3 minutes into the game, and 1.4k goal lead onto their side.
I mean, yeah, 1.4k goal lead onto the side of Universe 11, and all of them being completely been on Diana and Lucian, right? Lucian is already at 3.5k gold, and that's going to be mattering a lot because the first dragon is going to be the Infernal Dragon, and him having the lead, Lucian scaling is going to be hurting so much more.
Yeah, it's actually you're right. Lucian is actually gonna hurt so much. Like, let's be honest, Lucian being that mid-game champion, like he early to mid-game, and the fact that if he gets that snowball onto him, like he's gonna hurt a lot, and the culling will be looking to actually somewhat of bring down the opponent's HP, and you have a Zig, so you kind of have somewhat of like you can say poke when it comes to that. Janna just being a disengage, yeah, Renekton will be there to jump in and all, but Janna will be looking his ult, and that's sustained. So I feel like yeah, that's everything. But we have a first Infernal Raid spawning in next 10 seconds, and I guess both the teams will be looking to commit in for that.
I mean, yeah, both the teams are going to be looking to commit in for the dragon, but Universe 11 definitely had the advantage because they have the Lucian who's fed up, they have the Kha'Zix who's fed, and they also have a champions like Janna who can heal everyone back up, who also has a very great disengage option. So, from what you said, right, Rengar can burst the dragon down. It's going to be the complete opposite happening. We're going to be seeing the Kha'Zix burst on dragons really quickly. Lucian is going to be trying his best to do so much damage on Rengar, but it's going to be really enough, and he's going to be the first person to fall. The dragon does go in the favor of Universe 7, but the fight is going to be going in the favor of me and the boys. They are able to get the kill on Lucian. They might possibly look to get the kill on Trix as well. Olaf was there, Rengar was, Renekton was there, but the Renekton just came in at the perfect time, and he made the Baron difference happen. He was there and stunned the right person at the right time.
Well, yeah, Renekton did come in, and as I said, he provides much more food to a team fight. But the fact that Universe 11 somehow managed to get that Inferno thing, this helps them to get that extra damage. But we see me and the boys starting the rift over there, but we see a full man commitment coming from the side of Universe 11.
Yes, everyone is going to be coming to the side of Universe 1, but that's not going to be enough because the rift is still going to be going on the side of me and the boys. We are going to be seeing Kazik finally coming in the fight. He might be the person who's going to be making difference in the fight. He already was able to get the kill on Ash, but I mean, I really want him to go again, going deep, getting the kills, but he is going to be trying to back it off. He is going to be going in for the camp. He might possibly try to get the kill on Renekton. Yes, he is going to be going straight for the Renekton, getting the kill on Renekton, and this is the point where Fist is, the Kazakhs is having so much damage and he is kind of fed as well. And going to that, they're just going to be going for straight for the top turret.
It's like he knew Renekton would be coming from there. Like he predicted it. He used his sweeper out there and he just stayed in the bush and waited for a perfect opportunity. What an insane presence of mind, macro play, whatever you want to call them. But Spain really played it smart this time.
Payne really played smart, and that's the reason why, right? He's going to be so much ahead than the Rengar because if you compare the goal between both the jugglers, Kha'Zix is ahead, and he might possibly get more ahead, and they might possibly to get the kill on Renekton again. They are going to be going into the coverage, almost get the kill, and this is where I'm telling you, right? The jungle level is kind of showing up.
We want to support getting a Baron treatment on the top lane there.
I mean, yeah, he's getting a really bad depth leader. Milan in the top and the bottom lane. We are going to be seeing Jana getting the kill on Ash. Even though that was a 2 vs 5 situation for, 2v3 situation for Universe 11. It's Universe 11 who's going to be coming on top of that. Rengar not really going in. And, I mean, see, when you have champions like Diana, when you have champions like Rengar, you have to be playing very aggressive. If you're going to be playing defensive just because you have the Ash, and if you're going to be letting the Ash be able to carry, you can't really expect to win.
I'm not gonna lie. The fact that they won a 4v5, the 3v4 at the bot lane, Universe 11, and at the top lane, this Kazakhs and Akansha, like Pain and Akansha, somehow managed to get 2 towers, tier 3 and tier 2, and in the bot lane, Ziggs managed to get another tower for them. So they actually, yeah, they didn't get the Herald, but they did more than a Herald could have done for them, and they are getting kills. And now also in the top river lane, Lucian again getting a kill. So Forbidden Owl completely dominating when it comes to his Lucian.
Yeah, Forbidden is completely coming like dominating in when it comes to Lucian, right? Because if you look at his gold, he has so much gold up. He's already 4 kills ahead. And if you compare that to the opposite ADC, who's going to be the Ash, he's lacking behind. Lucian is at 7k gold, meanwhile Ash is just at 4.5 gold. So Lucian is going to be doing so much damage, and that's exactly what's going to be happening in the mid lane. He uses the culling and almost gets a kill on Diana. Diana has to use the barrier to survive that, and not even the Renekton is going to be able to survive all of this onslaught. Rengar is going for the right target for not having enough damage. The Jana Monsoon is going to be the life savior for Lucian. So if you're not going, if you're not going to be able to shut down the Lucian, you're not going to be winning the game.
Just remember the fact that there wasn't any Ziggs in that fight. So yeah, Universe 11 was playing without a Ziggs, were having that skirmish without a Ziggs. So if Ziggs would have joined them, it could have been a different story. And we might just see that happening because we have the next Ziggs spawning in. We see Kazakhs camping in again. And this Renekton, I feel sorry for you, dude. You might just die in here. And Kazakhs get a solo kill on this Renekton over here.
I mean, Renekton is just getting slaughtered by Kha'Zix every single time. So it's going to be the White Predator getting the kill over the Egyptian crocodile.
Crocodile.
I mean, this fight is not going to be doing good in the favor of me and the boys. So there's going to be a force engage coming out from the side of Universe 11, and they are going to be trying to force out an engage. We did see Olaf going in with Unstoppable, gets the kill. He's going to be possibly trying to get a double kill. She is going to be able to get a double kill. He's going to be trying to get a triple kill as well. That is going to be going in, but it's not going to be having enough damage to get the kill on Diana, not having enough damage to get the kill on Braum.
The fact that if you see, me and the boys tried to use the Herald in the mid, they didn't get anything out of it. And we might see this mid-tier tower going to, me and the boys might be losing this mid-tier tower for them, and yeah, they does lose. What's happening? The fact that they had a rift and in spite of that they are losing. What went wrong for them?
I mean, if you're just going to be asking me what went wrong, it's going to be the Kazakhs making all the difference. Him getting fed on Renekton. Renekton's kind of practically useless because Olaf is just slashing through everyone going on the backline. Meanwhile, Renekton is not even able to sustain through the damage coming over by Lucian. So
Yeah, and
I
as we
mean, this
talk
is what I
about,
would say, right?
well, I feel like Kha'Zix and Olaf just managing to get those top two towers, like tier three and tier two towers, have managed to somehow help them gain the advantage. And meanwhile, Ziggs getting a bot tower out there, and they somehow Universal Level somehow at that time survived a 3v4. But we see another engage happening in the mid, and Olaf will be jumping in, getting a kill. No, that kill goes to Lucian, but
I
Olaf
mean,
is just
Olaf can possibly get to double kill as well. He's going to be able to get a triple kill. Oh, it's not going to be able to get a triple kill. That's kind of sad for him. Meanwhile, the fight happening at the tower, it's going to be Ranga, sorry, the Kha'Zix getting the kill on the next once again, on the Diana once again. So this game is pretty much over because Kha'Zix is going to be going straight for the Baron, and Baron is going to be getting melted immediately because just look how fat the Six is. Just look how fat the Lucian is.
and you have a Kha'Zix, you can actually melt that Baron in like 8 or 10 seconds, and they are looking to do that. Look, Rengar has an idea. They have started the Baron. He is going with his ult over there, but bro, you are late.
Uh, I mean, yeah,
Rengar tried
what
his
can I
level.
even tell about that?
Oh, he has to pop his Zhonya's over there. We see Braum multi being used up there. He tried to save that Rengar with somehow, but yeah, it didn't help. In the end, Universe 11 has that Baron buff, and they are looking to push in that top tower. We see again Kha'Zix looking to jump on that Diana, but Lucian steals the kill over there.
Lucian is so incredibly fat that all he has to do is tap, and that's exactly what he's even doing right now. The ADC difference is quite real, right? Because Ash ended up missing the frost arrow. It didn't hit anyone. I mean, that's the only engage option you have on the side of me and the boys, right? Ash hitting the arrow correctly, and the team can follow up on that. But that's not happening, and that's kind of sad. And we are missing Lucian being so incredibly ahead that he's surviving the onslaught coming in 1 vs 2 situation with Braum and Rengar over there. Kha'Zix, Rengar is going to be coming again. He might possibly trying to look to get the kill on Lucian, but he's not going to be getting it,
What
unfortunately.
did I
Lucian
just
coming
see,
out with
man?
zero
Did that Lucian somehow kited from his death like at 1 HP?
Yeah, I mean, the Night Owl is playing so well, and he's not even, he has just died once in this game. So I would say the MVP in this game has to be Lucian.
Yeah, he's 717. He has Essence River and Solar Chargelet. With this, Jana manages to steal another kill, and we see that well, mid inhibitor tower also going down. And with that, Universe 11 forcing down the Nexus. Diana trying to use her Moonfall out there, trying to use her Urge just to deny of the anything from Universe 11. But Universe 11 will be just looking to target the Nexus and ends up getting the second victory too.
I mean, yeah, this is going to be a very dominant victory. Even the first victory was kind of very dominant, and the second victory was even more dominant because look at the goal difference. The goal difference is just skyrocketing right from the start of the game because look, I mean, it's almost a
More than
20k goal difference, and this
it's
is a
more than
very
20.
huge difference.
It's around sorry, it's around 19k. So what is this gameplay coming from the side of Pain? And look at Forbidden and like Forbidden Owl and Pain out there. 617, 717, having a perfect game on them, and Ziggs playing a support role, and Jana just stealing all those kills. 1-0-12. Talking about that damage, yeah, Ziggs dealt around 14k, but Forbidden Owl 23k, Pain 15k. Akansha was fearless when it came to her rollout. She jumped in
Akansha
and
was literally going at the right time, getting all of these skill secures, and that's the reason why she has so many kills, right? Look at the KDA, she's 303. A very decent KDA on something when you're playing something like Olaf. And also, not taking anything away from Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix was so brilliant in this entire series, getting all of these solo kills and unnected,
I really
completely
like
shutting
how
down.
I really feel very bad for not a support. Well, Kha'Zix was just playing in his lane like he got the very fact that surprised me out there was the way he captured Kha'Zix on his like he got a kill Kha'Zix on their red buff. He knew Kha'Zix was gonna rotate from there. He just sat in that bush and yeah, Rengar's isolation and that passive procs in and he gets a kill. We see MVP going on to the side of Forbidden now. I guess it's not surprising. Even you said 717, 719. You have that guy Forbidden now dealt around 23k damage, 25, 23.5k damage. So yeah, with that, and we see Doug Brom getting the MVP from the side of MTV. That's surprising. A support getting a SVP.
He was the only person who was really trying, right? Because Ash was absolutely sucking, Diana was absolutely sucking, Renekton was getting cut every single time in the Kha'Zix, so it was completely solely dependent on the Braum and the Rengar to step up. They did try their best. Rengar was every single time on the right targets, every single time trying to get the kill on Lucian, trying to shut him down just so that they can get a comeback. But it didn't happen. So it's going to be Braum getting the MVP, nevertheless.
Means for his team, he's the MVP. Yeah, he got the SVP out there. But I really like the way Payne played in this match. He had like he. I'm actually surprised. Like he got the caught on that Renekton over there onto the near that red buff. Well, that was an exceptional decision making or macro play coming or experience. Like you get these kind of plays when you have a lot of experience when it comes to MOBA and all. So this just goes to show that how much he's experienced playing on that champion and how well he knows about the scenarios and all.
Jiren has been playing MOBAs for quite a long time. He has been a pro player in AOB, and he's also one of the top teams in the Contender stream as well. So Jiren's experience is tremendous. So he's kind of one of the best support in the Contender stream, I would say. I mean, it's definitely looking like Universe 11 is going to be coming soon for the Conquerors team leagues as well.
It means Payne and Jiren both are actually the ones you could say carrying it. But I really like you cannot deny the fact that Forbidden Owl and all of them, Akansha, the fact that it surprised me. We have seen Akansha playing on so many different 3 games, and she hasn't picked neither Pantheon nor Renekton. It's like she's a complete different person right now. Going on Olaf and being the carry and looking to jump in. That's very interesting from her side. I would really like that about her. But I didn't knew it would have worked for them because Universe 11 didn't play around that comp. Well, I haven't seen them play around that comp when it comes to weekly matches or those things. So it was completely surprising for us and even for the audience.
Yeah, it was a big surprise for me as well because just by seeing her flex the Irelia pick in the first game and then going for the Olaf pick in the second game. So Akansha has got very confident with her picks. She has increased the pool from just more than Gragas or Garen. So I'm really happy that this is happening because we are getting to see a lot more counts being played by all of these teams. So if this is going to be the case, and if this is the confidence with which Universe 11 is going to be playing in the playoffs, I don't think anyone's going to be there for anyone's going to be stopping them from getting the title.
It's just that Universe 11 just had a bad day with their first game, but they are like, guys, it does not matter. We'll be just looking to stomp our way through this victory. And the fact that they, after that a bad setback in the first game, yeah, they got stomped, but they came back strong in the second game with Payne playing a fizz out there, carrying his team. Akansha did also play a major role in that game, the second game. Then Payne really did play very well when it came to his second game. Like he came, the third game he played Kha'Zix. Yeah, he means he got killed in the early, and they somehow lost that skirmish. But in spite of that, the fact that the way they played around their comp and Forbidden Hound, like exceptionally getting those kills on Ash and all, changed everything for Universe 11.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Ash was a very mediocre pick coming out by me and the boys, a very poor draft coming out by me and the boys. So if they want to be
No,
playing
I feel
something new, right?
no, it wasn't a poor draft. The fact that yeah, a Braum and a Ash, yeah, you can complement a Braum passive with that Ash. But it's just that I felt like they were caught. Like they saw Renekton being bullied a lot, and they did not know how to react to that. And they lost a 3v4 at the bot lane. They eventually did not manage to save 2 towers at the top lane. Rengar again getting that Baron treatment. Meanwhile, at the bot lane, Ziggs getting those towers. So yeah, they contested for Rift. Me and the boys got the Rift, but the way means Universe 11 denied the useless of the Rift out there was the best part about them. They did not let Rift take any towers out with that, and they got 2-3 towers just in a span of 2 or 3 minutes. So that's very commendable coming from their side, and that might have actually played a role in this game, a major role. It did play a major role. Getting those 3 tower goals into your pocket eventually gives you somewhat of an like what a gold rush you want to say.
I mean, yeah, I heard definitely on goal rush, right? Because him getting all of those kills, every single place in the map, right? It's not like he was just targeting the Renekton. He was playing around mid, he was playing on the bottom side, trying to get all of the kills on Ash because Ash went with a carry of 154. And that's not a great carry to go, right? When you're playing ADC.
Yeah, means if you are playing an ADC, you shouldn't look to go 154, man. Well, Braum was 115, and let's be honest. Doggett tried his level best to carry the team. It's just that a better macro came from the side of Universe 11, a better execution. At the end of the day, the topic comes to the better execution because the first game, both the teams have very decent comp, not decent. One of the best comp that they could have come up with the situation given to them. But the fact that me and the boys did perform very well with their execution. Malphite Yasuo did their job, did whatever could have and carried me in the ball. But Universe 11 just got to know about like, yeah, Corki is their comfortable pick, Yasuo, Malphite. Let's just ban them. Let's just shut them down. And they did. And now it's working for them.
They're definitely working out for them, and they're going to be seeing the same bands come out in the third, fourth game as well. And this is going to be the game where it's going to be the decider. It's either do or die for me and the boys because the score being 2 in the favor of Universe 11 and Mila just 1 in the favor of me and the boys. So it's a game point. If me and the boys lose this one, they are going to be losing out the entire series. But I mean, that's just going to be having a kind of advantage because if Universe 11 is going to be winning this match, they are going to be going straight for the finals.
See, either me and the boys have to step up their game because yeah, Oni-chan was dominating when it come to the first game, but second and third game we have seen some setback plays coming from him, and the fact that Universe 11 have like level up their game. Like yeah, first game like it was like a warm up game for them, and now our warm up is done. Let's jump into the game now.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of a very warm up game for them because the way they played in the first game, that's not how they played in the second and third game. And the way they played in the second and third game was that real true self. And that's exactly how Universe 11 plays.
With that, we'll be seeing the bans and all. So again, we see like we are seeing the
It's the
constant
very
ban.
same bans, right? The Braum being
Yeah,
banned, the Gallo being banned, the Malphite and Yasuo being banned. So the bans have remained same for every single game.
like yeah, you did see a Malphite ban and then Yasuo ban coming into the first game. Yeah, Universal guys, we did a mistake. We did not ban Malphite and Yasuo, but let's just not do that and yeah, let's ban these champions so that we can deny them any comfortable picks, and they are just doing that.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what's going to be happening out in this game because uh, they are going to be banning out all of these champions. So I really hope. I mean, from what I would say, Universe 11 has tried a new comp in the initial stages of the game. Right? They went for a jungler on which Spain cannot carry, and the
Yeah,
next two games they
we
went for a
did
jungler
talk
on which
about
Spain
we
can
did
carry
talk
on.
about Yeah, means we did talk about that, but it didn't work for them. Like, yeah, you give Payne a Javin, yeah, early game he got some kills and all, but when it came to the late game, yeah, it didn't work that well for them. See, just look at Universe 11. You see a Malphite, Corki, and Yasuo ban. They just denied three of. Ah, man. They just denied their comfortable picks again. But this time we see MTB mid laner going zig. So yeah, they have that. Yeah, that fast turret breaking champion, the insane poke heavy champion when it comes to mid lane. But we see Night Owl looking to go RD here just to answer, just an answer to that zig. And we see Jiren picking Nami over there.
Rain picking Nami, even though there are much better champions being. Oh,
Like,
when you have Jana left, why pick a Nami? So I mean, they definitely are going to be moving to the best champions because if you see, Akansha is hovering over the Garen.
so this time we might see Akansha just looking to go a tank, and if she sees like someone is brought down to a very low HP, she'll be like, okay, it's a treat for me, and will go for her run and get a kill.
Yeah. So let's see what's going to be happening out in this game because we are going to be just. She's going to be just picking out the Garen. She didn't even think twice about it
Anything.
because this is the
Talking
game where
about
they have to win.
talking about Oni-chan, he's looking to go Shinza over again. Yeah, like yeah, it didn't work for second game. Well, what's with this first game Rengar, second game Shinza, third game Rengar, fourth game Shinza. So yeah, well, Oni-chan having some kind of a pattern there. But we see Forbidden now looking to go
Yeah.
Zaya, and what is Spain gonna go? Like, is he gonna go Rengar or Kha'Zix again? Any hyper carry jungle? Because let's be honest, the team fight oriented jungle didn't work for him. Like it seems like me and the boys, sorry, Universe 11 actually plays around Pain when he plays very well. When Pain plays something of a carry role rather than something that can be used more often team fight oriented pick.
Yep, and he is going to be going in for the carry role, and it's going to be him picking the Lee Sin. So it is going to be a very early game focused champion. So if they're able to get very early ahead in the early game, there's nothing me and the boys
It
can do
feel
because
like
look at the comp. They have picked the Camille, they have picked the Sings and Lulu, so they have a very cancer comp if this goes to the late game.
let's be honest, Lulu ults is Shinzao when he's in his when Shinzao ults, he can actually look to tank a lot and soak in a lot. But I feel like yeah, a Lee Sin against the Shinzao, it not might prove to be that efficient. Shin- Let's just see how things work out for them. And the fact that we are seeing a Lulu Jinx combo happening at the bot lane against a Nami Zaya, like yeah, I feel like Zaya has that faster wave clear, so she might win the lane. She might have the priority. But at the top lane, we see a Garen versus a Camille. Yeah, into the late game, she might be able to kill. But early game, I feel like Garen might have a decent laning phase against that Camille.
Yeah, Garen is going to be having a decent lane phase against the Camille because Camille really shines out in the late game, right? The moment when she gets all of those through damage up with the passive. So that's the time when Camille is really going to be shining out. So at least in the early game, Garen is going to be winning on the lane. Camille is going to be losing on the lane. So it's up to Camille to farm up really efficiently so that she can get in the late game because she is the only one who can go in for Ari, she can go in for Nami, she can go in for Saya because these are the champions which cannot be killed by something like Zinzo. They can just turn away from them.
We see that yeah, there is like all the players trying to give the leash to their jungler. Both the junglers started their red, so we might see a scuttle trade happening. Meanwhile, talking about the bot lane here, like I'm pretty much excited to see who wins this lane because they have a Lulu Nami, so yeah, both of them enchanter support, so it's like a enchanter support versus an enchanter support, and you have a Zaya and Jinx that pretty much scares into the late game. Talking about the mid lane, yeah, you have an Ari, and also you are looking to catch someone with that charm, so looking for a catch potential. Even Lee Sin ult can be used as a catch potential out there. We might see a lot of ganks coming from the side of Pain as Lee Sin being a completely dominating jungle when it comes to early game. But similar things can be said about Shinjao because he is one of the strongest picks when it comes to early game, and yeah, you can actually see some ganks coming out from him too.
Yep, we might be possibly trying to see a gang come on by Lee Sin. Lee Sin is going to be hovering over the top side. He knows that Sinza is going to be taking his blue and he is pinging the Irie to come. Irie is going to be over here. Lee Sin has already gone in for the scuttle. They're going to be seeing Irie go in with the flash. They are almost able to get the kill on Sinza and it is going to be Sinza falling off fast. The Ziggs is going to be coming a little bit too late and that's not going to be enough as well. Camille was there, ends up getting the kill. It is going to be the Ignite. It's going to be getting the kill for Camille and I mean, we might be seeing the Six in a little bit of trouble. Irie missing at her jump, but if she had landed her jump, they would have got the kill. But nevertheless, they still get the kill. So, Universe 11 playing extremely aggressive early on.
Well, I really like as he knows that Lee is a very early game oriented champion, and as I like to say, he's a very he's a ticking time bomb. If you do not make plays with him in into early game, if you do not play around ganks and all, let's be honest, it's no use playing a Lee Sin, like if you cannot help your team or get your hyper carries fed. So yeah, you die sometimes, but you eventually help them get a kill and all. So it's somewhat of a like a better trade in that way because in the end the kills are eventually going to your hyper carry.
Yeah, the kills are eventually going for the hyper current. It's going to be the jumps which are going to be mattering, right? Because if Irie is going to be landing a guaranteed jump, it's
Yeah,
going to be definitely linked to Amin and then, and that's going to be making all of these fights in a 4 versus 5 a man advantage for them.
meanwhile, at the top lane, we see Akansha having a tough time against that Camille, not a support, just showing that who is the dominant one in that lane. But yeah, we have known Akansha, like whenever she is pitted against such kind of situation, she looks to play around a tad bit passive when it comes to laning phase, and she'll be looking to jump in when the team fights comes in.
Okay, we might be seeing a gank happening in the bottom lane. We did see Lee Sin going for the invade again. The Ari was there as well, and this is what he's telling, right? I am the god of the jungle, since I was not the god anymore. And just look how aggressive they are playing. They are again going to be staying over there, trying to secure, trying to steal the buff away from Zinzao. And that's exactly what they're going to be doing to do. Lee Sin is going to be going in, Ari's going to be there, Nami's going to be there, the Zaya's also going to be there. Nami messing up the ulti, not really hitting anyone over there. But it doesn't really matter, right? Because look at the amount of aggression. Nobody's even able to counter that.
With that, the way Lee Sin is playing, at this point, Zinshao is being completely bullied, and he's a level behind that Lee Sin. So that puts his jungle and that puts his like game a very far behind from Lee Sin. And the fact that Lee Sin is taking his red buff now, taking his own red buff, gives him lot of XP and lot of gold. So in Zinchao being denied of lot of gold there, lot of XP there, that will eventually help Lee Sin dominate every team fight.
Yeah, I mean, Lee Sin is going to be looking to dominate every team fight, right? Because Jinzhao doesn't even have his first item up. He's still at just two of the early game items, and he is going to be the one who's going to be getting caught over here. We are going to be seeing, the follow-up come out, but if Zaya is going to be getting that on time, she might be able to get all of these kills. They are looking very low. Lee Sin is going to be trying to go in with a Dragon's Quest, but it ends up backing out. It's going to be a proper 5 fight happening. We are going to be seeing the Lam, the Char being landed on the ID. We are going to be seeing a proper fight happening. The Lulu being ultimately used up on Jinzhao. Jinzhao is not going to be able to make any plays happen. It's going to be the ID and Zaya doing all of these plays happen. Look at nobody is there to aim for the Zaya. She's doing so much damage. She is not going to be targeted. She is doing so much damage, but unfortunately, she doesn't end up getting all of these kills. Look at the HP bars on the side of me and the boys. Lulu at 0 HP, 6 at 0 HP. If Zaya had played a little bit more aggressive, they would have got all of these kills.
But the fact that I think everything in that team fight scenario, like Zigzart and Lulu had changed everything for them, and yeah, they got a really nice poke onto the Universe 11 from like me and the boys, and they eventually got a nice ult on the Zinja. So that somehow helped them dominate that fight. But now all the ults have been used except Garen. Garen has his ult. Meanwhile, no one has ult onto the side of me and the boys. So I guess this fight is gonna be an interesting one.
This is going to be a very interesting fight because none of these champions have the ultimate up. It's going to be Nami landing on the bubble. So Nami is able to successfully land all of these bubbles. It's definitely going to be winning on the favor of Universe 7. You're going to be seeing Camille going again. She's going to be doing so much damage to the backline of Universe 7. She's trying her best, but it's going to be ultimately falling to all of the savagery damage coming out by the Zaya. And Garen coming in with a flank ends up getting double kill and completely acing out me and the boys. So this looks like a game which is going to be going into the favor of Universe 7 again. They end up getting the Ocean Dragon, they end up getting the fight.
And with that, they will end up getting the mid tier 3 tower. I really liked how means they played. Yeah, the Universe 11 did not have river control. Ninja means they somewhat of had, but they were thrown out of that river. But meanwhile, we see a gank happening at the top lane. Nami managing to get a bubble out there. Oh, what happened here?
I mean, I was kind of wrong, right? Nami is a very OP champion, and just look at how aggressive he's playing. They are able to get all of these kills. Garen's going to be going in again, trying to get the kill on Zinza, but Zinza's going to survive at 0 HP. Every single time, it's always these 0 HP players that survive, right?
He dies there. He ignites him, he dies there.
Okay, he does that eventually. Meanwhile, Zaya in the bottom is kind of getting a solo tower in the bottom. It's going to be giving her so much more goal. She is going to be trying to go in for a head-to-head fight against Jinx. Jinx is going to be trying to rooting stunning her. She does get rooted. We're going to be seeing Jinx, Lulu, the combo being used on the bottom lane. Zaya might fall prey to that, and she is going to be falling prey to that. And I mean, that does do a shutdown to them, right? Was that a shutdown?
No, it does. It does not give them a shutdown, but it gives Jinx a kill out there. So yeah, that eventually helps Jinx in somewhat of his scaling. But the fact that Zaya somehow managed to get a tower and Universe 11 did manage to get 2 kills at the top lane and a header. So I feel like this overall fight went into the favor of Universe 11. If you see like if how it helps them into the long run, they have a tower, they have a header, so that gives them another confirmed tower, and they got double kill on that Ari. So Ari is champion. Yeah, she's not like that. She scales into the late game, but the fact that she has a very lot of pick off potential with her charm. So yeah, that's actually helpful. You giving her double kills and now she can actually look to get a kills on those pushy champions such as Ziggs or even Lulu or Jinx over there.
Yeah, so Zinx is trying to make this place happen, and if Zinx is ahead, she's going to be completely carrying out this game. But that's not going to be the case because every single person on me and the boys is kind of losing heart in every single lane. We're going to be seeing Zinza fall, we're going to be seeing the Camille fall, we are going to be seeing the Lee Sin come in, possibly trying to get the kill on Ziggs as well. Yes, he ends up getting the kill on Camille, but Ziggs is going to be surviving. Ari going in deep again, trying to get the kill on Ziggs, but Ziggs at 0% HP. It's going to be the Zaya who's going to be able to get the kill. So this is why you tell, right? If Zinx is not around, why are you even trying to take a fight? It's going to be the Zinx who's going to be to carry you. Why take a fight without the Zinx?
But meanwhile, we see Jinx pushing the bot lane out there solo, and there is no one to protect this tower. So I feel like yeah, Jinx will be eventually getting a tower, and I really want to say having this good game, you really don't want to give a Jinx a tower because you really don't want to give a champion like Jinx a chance to scale in into the late game. But I feel like yeah, that tower will somehow survive there because we see Universe 11 rotating out there at the bot lane, and will be looking to yeah, they somehow managed to make sure that tower does not go up.
Tower doesn't go down, and that's a really great play by her. And if you look at the build by Garen, what is Garen even going? Garen's going for the Bloodthirster on the starting shift. Is
Yeah,
Garen throwing to this fight? What is Akansha doing?
I don't know. He's like going on full crit and all just because of his third ability and all. No tank dragon, just going bloodthirster. It's new to me. I haven't seen that build. Well,
I mean,
let me
they are just very confident, and look at them, all of them kind of throwing the fight over here, because look at how low they are. Camille is going to be slaying. It's going to be a little bit of trouble as well. It's going to be Irie landing on the jump. Lee Sin going to be able to get a kill, but Irie is going to be falling because Jinx has the passive up. She has the Lulu ultimate up. If she can get all of these kills, it's going to be a complete turnover for me and the boys. Jinx is still going to be with the wild growth. She ends up getting double kill, but it's going to be the Lee Sin going to be coming at the nick of the time. Lami is going to be landing the bubble on Jinx and shutting the rampage down, and Zara is going to be back and getting the payback for whatever damage that Jinx did.
see a complete wipeout. Like, yeah, Camille is out there, she respawned out there. But the fact that this Cloud Drake will eventually go on to the side of Universe 11 uncontested, yeah, they had a great fight out there, Jinx getting those resets. But I felt like they actually overchased them, and that costed them that fight. If they would have looked to recall, like, look to just start the Drake, and they could have actually somehow changed that teamfight scenario. But in the end, the way we are seeing Universe playing in Universe 11 playing right now, we see Rift Heron being used at the top lane. Meanwhile, we see Universe 11 getting another turret into the mid lane. So now tier 3 mid tower for MTB has gone, which gives Universe 11 a chance to aggressively roam in into their jungle. Talking about the items right now, we see Garen, Breaththirster and Static Shift. We see Zaya has completed her Solarity Charge Blade, will be looking to complete, I guess, is looking to complete her Infinity Edge. Now completed her Infinity Edge, but we see a gank happening. Like,
No, but the fight is still happening at the bottom, and Jinx is again going to be having the, sorry, it's going to be Camille having the ultimate this time, but even the Camille having the ultimate, it's going to be making a lot of difference because Lee Sin is going to be getting popped up. Garen is going to be a little bit too deep. We are going to be seeing Camille getting the kill on Garen. That is going to be follow up coming on the Universe 11, the Jiren coming in with the Tsunami, but completely missing everyone. You might be seeing the Lulu in a little bit of trouble, but Lulu is going to be surviving that because nobody was there from Universe 11 to go for the Lulu. The Rift was able to successfully get the top current. It's going to be coming straight for the tier 2 current, and we might be seeing a tower dive happening here because the Rift is there, Pain is there, Zaya is there. They are going to be going for a tower dive, trying to secure the kill on Camille and Lulu, but they are not able to get the kill. But Zinja is going to be coming back, trying to go in for a re-engage. They are able to go have a re-engage. Nami falls almost immediately. Zaya is trying her best to deal off the damage, but Zaya is just going to be looking back it off. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we are going to be seeing Irie have a really great, push in the bottom lane.
yeah, means Ari managed to get a tower at the bot lane. Rift Herald, yeah, it was used as at the spawn place, but the fact that in the end Rift Herald somehow managed to help them get tier 2 tower at the top lane over there, and eventually some platings of that inhibitor tower. So in the end, you can say Rift Herald did come of a use out there, and the fact that they were winning this fight without an Ari over there, they were winning this fight 4v5. Like, they had a very pretty even fight when it came to that scenario. So I think everything could have been changed when it came to Ari joining the fight. We see again Garen going aggressive on Camille, doing a lot of damage. That build is actually working for Garen.
Yeah, but it is actually working quite well for Garen, and he's tanking so much over here. We are going to be seeing the pop-up being used up, and it's going to be Pain is going to be trouble. The big shutdown is going to be going to the Camille, and this is what I would say. Camille getting this shutdown is going to be quite huge. We are going to be seeing Zinza going again. Irie is going to be landing a really great jump. Nami ultimate is going to be that. We are going to be seeing the Zinx and Lulu going to be that for a follow-up, but is it going to be enough? No, it's not going to be enough. They're just going to be going back off because if they're going to be going in for that fight, it's going to be turning against them.
If we see Zaya's ult being used, Lulu uses her ult on Jinx, and Jinx getting that reset. Jinx had got completely mad, gets a kill on triple kill.
Oh my god, I mean, the fight, like, Irie went in a little bit too deep, ends up getting cut by the Jinx's stun set. She is going to be able to get a really big goal rush for Jinx, and Jinx is doing so much damage. Look at her KDA, she already has 725. She already has the Blade of Winking up, she already has the Static Shiver, she already has the Recursive Bow up, and if Jinx is not shut down in the series, Jinx might end up carrying this game up.
Jinx, like, let me be honest, Lulu Jinx actually popping it in for MTB. If MTB somehow sustains enough so that Jinx can look for a clean, they can actually look to win this game. The game, it was pretty much looking into the favor of Universe 11. Right now, it does not anymore. Like, let's be honest, Lee Sin has fallen off and Jin Zhao. The fact that that insane Garen build, yeah, you are dealing damage, but yeah, you are not enough tanky enough to sustain it. And no one onto the side of like even not Garen has built any like you can say
Exactly, because
value.
Garen has gone for a very AD build, and if Garen is not going to be the person who's going to be tanking for Universe 11, that's going to be meaning a dreadful advantage for me and the boys. Garen is going to be trying to look to do so much damage on the 6, but not going to be doing enough damage. We are going to be seeing them spotted out by the cone over here. This might be the fight where me and the boys might end up winning. We are going to be seeing the engage command. Nami finally landing a really great ultimate, has a proper two-man bubble as well. So it's going to be Zaya's going to be completely taking over this fight, getting all of these kills. Garen also getting over these kills, coming on through the Brasha and getting a flank. So they completely messed up the chances in this fight because it was this fight which was going to be mattering out because the Zings already had got 3 of the shutdowns and Zings they couldn't capitalize on the Zings goal and they end up just completely throwing the
Well,
phone.
with this, I guess the Universe 11 takes this victory with a 1. He scored Universe 11 gets the 3 wins, me and the boys. But the fact that the way Garen came from the back line, he went with a flank, got a ultimate, got a kill. Meanwhile, in the Universe 11 having a front fight over there, what was that game?
I mean, yeah, even though the Garen was kind of, going for all of these things, but her flank was absolutely beautiful in that fight. It was Garen who came back from she
Let's
came
means
from back
Garen
getting all
was
of
the
these
star
kills.
of this game. Bloodthirster, Static Shiv, and like Phantom Dancer. What is that guy thinking? He's going full crit Garen. So yeah, now you know crit Garen also works.
If just go for Crit Garen because Garen, Akansha has proved that Crit Garen definitely works in the current meta. And if you're confident enough to play Crit Garen in the playoffs of Wildest in the circuit, so you can play it in ranked as well. So play, just go make sure you play Crit Garen and troll your teammates in ranked games.
But for the fact that Payne got the MVP over there, I'm not surprised. Yeah, he did try to carry his team into the early game. Like he got few kills. He bullied Sinjao into the early game, so he pretty much became useless. Like 2-9-10, Oni-chan not having his best day today. Yeah, he had a very good game when it came to his first game, but not now. Like 2-9-10, it actually didn't go for. It actually didn't go that well for them. Jinx Lulu came as a rescue, like came as somewhat of a X factor for them. They could have won with that comp, but the fact that they got a caught off, Xinjiao just got caught on that Aricham on that last Drake and eventually got poked so hard though so he couldn't actually sustain a lot. And then Garen came with a flank, got those damages in, used his ult, got kills, and then Universe 11 just looked to clean everything off from that point. SVP
And that
going to Jinx, your
this
Ryzen.
game
I'm
was
not
kind of
surprised.
sad, right? Because Horizon did play his best. He was trying his absolute best trying to carry off this game. But the Zinzao kind of, going in so early and kind of feeding off as well, right? Because look at the KDA. He has fed 9 times, 2, 9, 10. And that's not the kind of KDA which you want your jungler to play with.
Yeah, means and that too on a Shinzo, like he's an early game champion, so you have to be tad bit aggressive when it comes to that champion. I feel like Shinzo wins against an Lee Sin if played well. We saw like Lee Sin and we saw that matchup when it came to AOT versus BO. So I thought we could have seen something similar, but eventually Payne just proving that he is the best when he was the superior
He was a superior jungle, right, in this game.
in
I
this
mean,
game.
the that entire fight rate, Zinza wasn't able to do anything. All he was doing was going in early, getting caught up in the Nami bubble, and making the fights 4 versus 5, giving the man advantage to Universe 11. And that's the reason why they won this entire series, right? Because Zinza was every time going in alone. And it's going to be, just going to be ultimately biting him back. And it's going to be Universe 11 winning out this entire series with a very dominant game 3-0. Sorry, 3-1.
3-1. Universe 11 wins this
3-1.
game by
I
3-1.
forgot.
Well, with that, I guess we have come to an end of today's stream. So yeah, guys, we have we have another match at 8 p.m. like scheduled. We have none AOT versus anti RR. So yeah, don't forget to tune in. And with that, we'll be taking our leave.
Yep. So make sure you tune in for the Conqueror stream as well. But it's going to be starting at 8 o'clock sharp. So it's going to be the game between AOT versus anti-RR. Both of these teams have been proven that they have it's the top 4 of the table. And AOT, of course, the team which has never lost to any other team. So we might be seeing an upset happening today because
Well,
anti-RR is the
this
team.
this might be just a game for Antiara to get their revenge against AOT, the game they lost. And I feel like, yeah, they might, because, yeah, they know what mistake they did. I'm pretty excited to see that match. So don't forget to join in for that game. And don't forget you are watching Wild Rift India Circuit, brought to you by TGT Esports, Esports Hub, and NotiKINGz, with association with LevelUp Esports as their production partner. Thank you, and peace.
So.